Welcome back, mathematicians. Now, before we get to today's learning, let's go over these 4 questions to get those brains warmed up. Question 1, how many dots? Question 2, 4 plus something is equal to 10. Question 3, 10 is equal to 3 plus something. And question 4, how many more counters do we need to make 10? Pause here and have a think, and then come back when you're ready for the answers. I hope you've had enough time to think. Here are the answers. Question 1, how many dots on these 2 dice? 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. Question 2, 4 plus 6 is equal to 10. And question 3, 10 is equal to 3 plus 7. That's right. Now, how many more do we need to make 10? Exactly. We need 2, because 8 counters plus 2 counters is equal to 10. Today is all about making 10. Let's take a look at this. I think you know 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5 is 15. And if we know that, we can use it to help us with our next question, which is 9 plus 6. How can we use this to help us? Well, we can take a look at 9 and fill up that 10 frame by taking this counter and moving it over. We're making 9 into 10. Now you can see that 9 plus 6, once we move the counter over, looks a lot like this, which is 10 plus 5. We've made 9 plus 6 into 10 plus 5. So if 10 plus 5 is 15, 9 plus 6 is also 15. Let's try another one. If we know that 10 plus 2 is equal to 12, then let's take a look at this. We have 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3 is how many? Well, we could count on, or we could make 10. We're going to make 10 by moving 1 counter over. Now take a look. It looks just like the one at the top, 10 plus 2. So if 10 plus 2 is equal to 12, we know that 9 plus 3 is equal to 12. Let's practice a little bit more. Here we have 9 plus 4. But I want you to think about how can we change 9 plus 4 into 10 plus something. Here we go. 9 plus 4. Oh, we can move 1 counter over. And then we have 10 plus 3. Well, 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. So 9 plus 4 must also be equal to 13. And now, mathematicians, it's time for you to have a think. I'd like you to think about changing these. This question says 9 plus 7, and I'd like you to change it into making 10. What will it be? 10 plus how many? Pause here, have a think, or better yet, get out those 10 frames and counters. Okay, mathematicians, let's take a look. We had 9 plus 7. But if we want to make it into 10 plus something, we need to move one counter over so that now we have one full 10 frame and, yes, 6 more. 10 plus 6 is equal to 16. And so is 9 plus 7. That's also equal to 16. Well done. And now it's your turn. Pause here and have a go at questions 1 and 2 on the worksheet. But then come back. There's more learning to be done. Did you know that we can make 10 using counters and using part-whole models? It would look something like this. We have the question 9 plus 7. But I've drawn a part-whole model around the number 7. Why? Well, I know that 9 plus 1 is equal to 10, and I want to make 10. So I'm going to partition 7 into two parts, 1 and 6. And I'm going to place them in my part-whole model, 1 and 6. Now, remember, it's about making 10. Take a look here. 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. Think about it like this. We had 9 and 7. But if we take one of those counters and move it over, now we have 9 plus 7 is the same as 10 plus 6. So 10 plus 6 is 16. Now let's think through this one together. Our question is 9 plus 4. But we want to make 10 with one of those numbers. Well, 9 plus 1 is 10. So now what we need to do is make 4 into two parts. And we want to use 1 and 3. That way we can use 9 plus 1 is 10. And we have 3 left. Let's take a look at that using counters. We had 9 counters plus 4 counters. But if we took 1 from the 4 and made it 10, we would have 3 left. So 9 plus 4 is equal to 10 plus 3. And 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. Well done. Now here's another question. 8 plus 5. Can we make 10 with the question 8 plus 5? Well, I know that 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. So we need 2. Ah, yes, we can partition the 5 into 2 and 3. And that way we can use 2 of them to make 10. And we'll have 3 left over. Let's take a look using our counters. Here we have 8 plus 5. But we need 1, 2 counters to make 10. And again, we can see that we have 3 left over. That means that 8 plus 5 is equal to 10 plus 3. And 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. Are you starting to get the hang of it? And now it's time for you to have a think. Pause here. See if you can fill in the blanks to show how we can make 10 with the question 9 plus 5. Let's go over the answers together. If we partition 5 into 1 and 4, we have 10. And we have 4 left over. So 9 plus 5 is equal to 10 plus 4. And 10 plus 4 is equal to 14. Well done, mathematicians. Have a go at question 3 on your worksheet.